Εσύ έχεις κατεβάσει στο smartphone ή tablet σου την εφαρμογή του LGR. London Greek Radio 103,3. Μας φέρνει πιο κοντά.
On FM, on digital radio, on your mobile and online. This is London Greek Radio.
LGR 103,3.
Must I feel the block before I LGR 103,3 FM, ελληνικό ραδιόφωνο Λονδίνο. Είμαι η Βασούλα Χριστοδούλου, στη συντροφιά σας μέχρι και τη 1. 19 λεπτά μετά τις 12 και έχουμε ήδη στο στούντιο την ταλαντούχα ερμηνεύτρια και συνθέτη Llio Millward. Well, χαμογελάει τώρα, αλλά θα μου μάθει η ίδια πώς να προφέρω το όνομά της και μπορείτε να δοκιμάσετε και εσείς μαζί. Μπουρετά, Llio.
Oh, Boreda, that's music to my ears. Thank you, Vasoula. Boreda. Although it's actually Pnawnda now because it's afternoon. Pnawnda.
Oh, you're right. So, Bureta in Welsh, it's good morning.
Yes.
And
Pnawnda.
Pnawnda.
Yes.
Is this
good
correct?
Afternoon. Perfect. Beautiful.
Yeah, but you have to teach me to pronounce correctly your name. I've been practicing. I was asking my listeners earlier on to try and help me. Because I know you for your ages.
Yeah.
And I always get it wrong.
Well, you know that the Uber driver that I brought over here was a Greek Uber driver.
Oh.
And I said, I'm going to see Vasoula. He went, no, you're not. Vasoula.
Vasoula.
I went, my gosh, I've been saying it wrong all these years. So I'm so sorry. I have no excuse.
No worries. That makes me feel better. So tell us, how do you actually pronounce your first name?
So it's spelt L-L-I-O.
Yes.
And the double L in the Welsh alphabet is one single letter. So there's more letters in the Welsh alphabet than there are in the English alphabet. So after L in the alphabet, you have which is the double L. And the way you say it is you put your tongue where it would be when you're saying L, but you hold your tongue behind your teeth. So you hold it there and you blow out of the side of your tongue in your mouth. So it's not in your throat, it's in your mouth. I'm sorry, listeners, we're spitting into the microphones. So it's Llio.
Okay. Oh, it sounds really nice.
To be honest, I answer to everything. You know, I've been living in London over 20 years. I answer to anything now.
I'm going to say the talented, beautiful, gorgeous Welsh singer and songwriter and... You're a multi-talent, an actress. We're going to say yes.
Yeah.
And producing...
I trained in psychotherapy
talent.
As well. I worked as a psychotherapist for a while. Yeah, I've done a lot. It's been a long life so far, but hopefully long life to come as well.
We can get you here, I think, at LGR. Now, my friend, my lovely friend, can you share with us how you first discovered your passion for music and acting?
Well, in Wales, they call Wales the land of song. So it's a cliche, but it is true. It is the land of song, and we really do grow up singing in Wales. You sing in school, you sing in choirs, you sing in groups. You have something called the Eisteddfod, which is the National Eisteddfod is a yearly cultural event where you have poetry competitions, literary competitions, singing competitions, reciting competitions. So all, especially in Welsh-speaking Wales, you grow up singing. So I've sung all my life, and I've always loved singing. And I think for me, it was very much an emotional release as well. I think it was somewhere I could express myself.
Because I actually can say, you are quite spiritual and you are quite, very gentle, and you are a thinker, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm quite philosophical, I guess.
Yes, you are, so I can fully understand this. So I started always singing, but when I was sort of leaving school that age, the Welsh television channel
channel, S4C, was just starting. And the very first thing I did was they were advertising for young singers to want to appear on television and come and sing with somebody more well known. And I applied and I got in, and I did my first television show when I was 18. And from there, it actually, I was very blessed. It grew very, very fast. So I did several television appearances as a singer. I at that time, I wanted to be an actress, actually. I wanted to go to drama college. But I did love singing. And I did several TV appearances, and then a producer, director from the television station said, I want to do a one-woman show with you. So the next thing I knew, I was doing a television one-woman show. That led to a second television one-woman show, and before I knew it, I was lucky enough to get my own television series as a singer. And it sort of all started from there in terms of the singing.
Oh, wow. Amazing. Oh, I'm so proud of you.
Oh,
honestly.
Thank you.
I always loved your music, and I saw your acting as well. Do you remember?
No. Where did you come and see me act somewhere?
Yes. Where was that you had to, you used a bit of belly dance as well when you were lined up? Which one was that?
Because that's where we met. Yeah, belly dancing.
Yes, and I think it was somewhere in
I forget the name of the theatre now, but what that was is it's a horror theatre season that happens every year, and I was one of the interludes between. There were 3 plays every night, so I wasn't actually acting. Well, I kind of was. I was an interlude, and I choreographed this belly dancing piece as a, what do you call them? Zombie. Oh. So it was like a zombie belly dance. So that was,
wow. And I remember you lying on the floor, and suddenly you started doing the belly rolls.
That's right.
On the floor.
I was supposed to be dead on a gurney to begin with, and then I come back to life and do this big belly dance.
Wow. You see, I've got a good memory.
Yeah. I can't remember that. That's amazing that you came to see that.
It's not in your CV.
No, it's not.
And I will never. I was so impressed. I know I'm going to different direction now, but I have to talk about it as well. No, you know, I came with your mum to watch you in London.
Yes,
it was near.
You came to Café de Paris, which is very sadly closed now.
Yeah,
it's so sad, isn't it? Yeah, that was. I got into at one stage. I got into these sort of live performances that they call dark cabaret. Okay. So, sort of cabaret is normally thought of as, you know, quite sort of light and entertainment. I mean, it is entertainment, but in dark cabaret, you will have more of a burlesque sensibility. So there's usually a burlesque dancer. There's often artists from circus.
I remember,
circus artists.
Yes, I remember the man on the string.
The man on the string, things like that. And then you'll have a singer and a performer, and I got into that, and I was the singer. So that's what, I did that for a little while, and you came to see one of those.
Yeah, it was amazing. I couldn't believe it. And I thought, wow, I'm so proud of her. You know, she's my friend, you know.
I did enjoy those, I have to say. I did enjoy those dark cabaret days. Yeah, I haven't done that for a while now, but I'm kind of still a little bit, you can see I'm wearing my kind of spikes around my neck, so I do like that kind of dark sensibility. Yeah. Alternative, I'm a little bit alternative, you know. Yes, you see me, you kind of know that. So, I did enjoy that.
I love your hair, red hair.
Red hair, I feel like I was born this way because it's been red for so long now. And for your listeners, it's really red. It's not ginger. You know, it's red.
It goes so nicely with your eyes.
Oh, thank you.
You're beautiful. Is it green eyes, yes? Or blue?
Blue last time I looked.
Maybe they're changing colours.
It's funny you should say that, though. My father had green eyes, and when I was a baby, one of the names they thought of calling me was Glesni. In Welsh, Glesni means blue. And my mum thought, well, no, what if she develops green eyes? Because all babies have blue eyes to begin with, don't they? And then their colour change. Or what if she has green eyes? We can't call her Glesney Blue, so Llio. And then a lifetime of explaining how to say my name.
Yes, I'm sure eventually I will get it. Now, can you tell us about the style of your music? Because I know you are, you are exploring, or you are going in different directions, which is lovely.
Yeah, I think it's sort of, as an artist, you want to explore, you want to create, you want to develop, it. So naturally, I think my sound has changed over the years. So the song you just played, Heat of the Fire, is from an album I recorded in 2014, and that album is more, shall we say, more live sounding in terms of, on that I play piano and I play violin, and the voice, I think always the voice is my primary instrument. So when I write, it's from my vocal perspective. And on that album, you will hear and you'll recognize the instruments in the production, so to speak. The way my music sort of has developed, it has become a little more electronic. It's still very much vocally driven, but I've become very interested in creating soundscapes, creating atmospheres, creating, if you like, something that might be quite cinematic sometimes. So, I suppose the singles that I released in the last year, you might put them more into sort of an alternative electronic category. But to be honest, Vasoula, I don't really know what category I fit into.
It's how you maybe feel you go by. Yes.
Yeah.
The same with the lyrics, I will say.
Yeah, I hope anyway, that as long as you're authentic and you're writing from an authentic, I never write, I want to write a song like this. It really doesn't happen like that for me. I'm kind of driven to write, usually from how I feel about things. And I feel as long as you're authentic, Jung said what is most personal is most universal, and vice versa. So if it's something that's coming from an authentic human core, we can all relate to it, and hopefully my lyrics come from that place.
Okay, we are going to listen now. I Mutter to Myself. Yes. So what do you want to say about this song?
So that's from the album from 2014. If anybody wants to have a listen, it's on a website called Bandcamp, Bandcamp, bandcamp.com, and you can search for me on there. This one, I play violin a lot on this, and I layered a lot of violins, and this uses more of the lighter part of my voice. So I've got quite a big voice, quite a broad sort of range, but in this song it's sort of using more of the high register of my voice.
I love it.
Thank you.
And we are going to listen to it right now, but when we are back, you have to tell us about Three Sisters.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, and also performing in Les Miserables in London Westend, and also your father was teaching King Charles.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. We have to listen. So please stay here, stay with us, stay tuned, and there is more to come. Oh, wow. So exciting.
Why did I have to lose you to find myself? How is it now I'm alone? I like myself now that you've left. I matter much more. stripped me down. You stripped me bare. Love kills your soul when love doesn't care. Now that you've left, I matter much more to myself. Now that you've left, I matter much more to myself. How can someone that you've known so long be someone you never knew at all? How can someone who swore they'd live and die for you be the one who hurts you most of all? Why did I have to lose you to find myself? How is it now I'm alone? I like myself. Now that you've left, I matter much more to myself. Now that you've left, I matter much more.
How do you play this violin?
Yeah, I hadn't played it for quite a while actually when I did that song, and I just wanted something in the middle as a solo, and I thought, I think I better get my violin down from the attic. So
Yeah,
I did a lot of practicing.
You know,
to get
I
that.
cannot believe that you couldn't remember that you did play live as well. And I came to watch you and I thought, wow.
Yes, I played the violin in that one gig. Yes, I completely forgot about
Yes.
that. Yeah.
Wow, that was amazing.
Oh.
But now, let's talk about, acting. This dark, BAFTA-nominated dark comedy, Three Sisters.
Yeah, so I did an awful lot of acting after I started the singing on S4C, and I was very lucky to get into all kinds of soap operas and drama series, and this particular one called Tair Chwaer, which translates to Three Sisters. And I played the youngest of the three sisters, and it was about three sisters living in a small town in Wales, and they had a music group together. But it was really, that was what joined them together, but it was about all their lives and all their relationships and the family. So it was a dark comedy. And it was very popular. It was amazing writing, and it was very popular, and we did 3 seasons of that. And then we did a film at the end as well. And yeah, it was BAFTA-nominated. In fact, the girl who played the older sister, she actually won the Best Actress BAFTA for that. So I was very lucky to be in that. I'd love to watch
it.
Do you know what? It's like a lot of the stuff I've done. I did a lot of work pre-social media, pre-internet, and so there's like a whole lifetime of stuff that's disappeared into the ether, because people now, as soon as they do something, it's on the internet or it's on social media. And I've got like a lifetime of stuff that I did before that was really the thing to do. So, I've got it on VHSs. You can come over and watch it. I can find a little clip and send it to you.
So you can't transfer it anymore.
I could actually. Yeah. It's just, I've never thought of doing it. I could couldn't I?
People can watch you, like us, like myself, And, oh my God, acting in Westend.
Westend, that was amazing.
How come? So
I moved to London.
Did you get this opportunity?
well, I was acting quite a lot. In fact, I was acting more than I was singing at one stage, because after my initial stuff on the Welsh language channel, I was kind of still growing and finding myself, and I kind of moved more into alternative music, and I started an indie rock band, and that felt more like me, which is not what you really do on television singing, So I was moving away from that, moving into more of an alternative kind of music zone, and then I was acting more. I was doing a lot more acting, and then I moved to London and got more into theatre, so theatre acting. So really, Les Mis was just an audition. They audition for new casts regularly. In fact, I didn't get in the first time.
Oh, wow.
I didn't even get in the second time I was auditioning, because I'd never seen the musical. And I was auditioning with a song that was really not appropriate for that musical.
Wow.
I was auditioning with like a big soul diva ballad. And the third year I auditioned, the director came down the front and he said, Llio, have you seen this musical that you're auditioning for? And I went, no, actually I haven't. He said, go and see this musical tonight and come back and audition.
Wow. And he gave you another opportunity.
So he gave me another opportunity, and then I got in, and it was one of the best. I was in it for longer than the contract, actually, because I was what they call a swing and a cover. So a swing plays every single role in the musical. So you have to learn every single role in the musical, and you never know what you're going to be doing any one night. It's called a swing. And I was also covering 2 of the leads. So I was covering Fontaine, which is the low register, and I was covering Cosette, which is the high soprano. So it was an incredible year for me to, strengthen my voice and have different opportunities to play different parts every night. It was amazing.
Wow. And I'm sure this casting director saw the potential. That's why. He liked you. He liked your voice.
Yes.
He liked your performance.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he couldn't see, because, you needed to watch it first to get into
to know what I was auditioning for.
Yes.
And they weren't, the leads were running over from the same year, so there was no openings to play a lead, but I was very lucky to be understudying a lead and playing every other part. So I could do that whole musical for you right now if you want, because I know every song.
Are you serious?
No, I'm just saying. I know it so well, because I've played almost every single part in that musical.
Wow.
But it's an amazing musical. I was so blessed to get in.
Now, I'm dying to also find out about your father, Dr. Teddy Millward.
Yeah, my beautiful dad.
Yes. And you lost your father, yes?
I lost Dad in 2020, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
But he was a tutor to King Charles, and he's been featured in The Crown.
Yeah, so in 1969, the then Prince of Wales was not the Prince of Wales at the time. He was just Prince Charles. And as I'm sure your listeners will know, there was the investiture to make him the Prince of Wales. And at the time, Wales was quite a hotbed of political activity, particularly around the language, wanting the language to be an official language. You and I were talking earlier about colonialism. The Welsh language has been under threat for centuries, and the Welsh-speaking people have fought to keep the language alive. And it's a thriving language today, and it is a modern language today. So at the time when Prince Charles was sent to Aberystwyth University to learn some Welsh, in the hope, really, the Labour government wanted to calm the people, and really it was about, well, if he learns Welsh, he may ingratiate himself to the people a little bit. So my father at that time was a lecturer in the Welsh department, and he was chosen to be Prince Charles' personal tutor, it's an interesting choice. I mean, there were several teachers that Prince Charles had. It was not only my dad, but the thing about my dad was that he was chosen to be his personal tutor. So Prince Charles had history tutors and the language tutor, which was Dad, and then the personal tutor, which was also Dad. But it was an interesting choice because my dad was very politically active. My dad was a nationalist. At that time, he had just finished 2 years being vice president of Plaid Cymru, which is the Welsh party, the Welsh National Party. So in some ways, he was seen as sort of quite dangerous. He also started the Welsh Language Society, which was very well known for protesting for the Welsh language. So in the press, it was like, oh, who is this dangerous nationalist that is going to be teaching our Prince Welsh? But, it's ridiculous because my dad was a pacifist, a very learned man, a very cultured man. And of course, on that level, they got on very well.
Amazing.
And it turned out years later that the Crown series came and said, they actually contacted me. Dad was quite poorly at the time. And they contacted me to say, we're going to do an episode where we involve the story of your dad teaching the Prince. And I went, oh gosh, that's amazing. Are you going to mention his name or anything? And they went, no, the whole episode is going to be about him.
I can't believe
Which, of course, it is in season 3, episode 6. It's But I'm so grateful that they came to me because I was able to help them with a lot of research. I was very concerned that they would depict Dad accurately, his integrity,
exactly,
the gravitas of who he was. So I was able to have a few meetings with them, and even with the actor who plays Dad, spoke to him. In fact, Mark Lewis-Jones, who plays Dad, who I think did an amazing performance as Dad, he wears some of Dad's ties. I gave him some of Dad's ties, and I mean, I could talk to you about that for a long time, but I was pleased.
You need to come back.
Yes, I'd be happy to.
Specifically about your father.
And you have to stop me talking because I could talk about Dad all day. We were very, very close.
Because before we close, and we've got about 3 minutes, I want to hear about your plans. What is coming next? And also about the song that we are going to listen straight after Power Play.
That's Power Play. Okay, so again, Power Play is... so we've actually played 3 songs from the album Heat of the Fire. The music, as I say, has evolved a little differently. It's still recognizable, I hope, as me and my voice, but it is more in the electronics soundscape. And that music is on Spotify and all the usual streaming platforms. So I haven't yet performed my newer music live. And it's kind of quite a complex thing because it's electronic. You can't just turn up with a guitar and a drum and, and a bass and just play the music, because a lot of it is electronic. So I've been in rehearsals, and we're breaking down the music and so that we can bring it to a live performance. So I just actually did a live video that is not yet up on my YouTube, but it will be. And if anyone would like to follow me on Instagram, I'll post on there as soon as it's up on YouTube. So that's really kind of like a live advert. Like, this is what we would sound like. This is how we present ourselves live, doing this, or how I would present myself live. And then I would be looking for opportunities to play that sort of music live, which is actually more complicated than you may imagine, because it's not, as I said, it's not the kind of music that you can do in a pub kind of thing.
Absolutely. So
it's looking for those opportunities.
Please do keep us posted. And of course, we are following you, on social media.
Please do. Please.
But do let us know, and we would love to have you back.
Thank you.
With new experiences.
I'll play you some of my newer songs, maybe on the next one. And I thank you so much for having me here.
It was absolutely a pleasure.
It's my privilege.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. Now let's go and listen. Power Play.
Power Play.
Tears hadn't dried, yet you were in her bed. My heart was in stress, overflowing with dread. You walked away, deaf to my cries, blind to the pain in my bloodshot eyes. My tears hadn't dried, yet you were in her bed. Something inside me imploded like a burning star. I felt like you pushed me out of a moving car. You speeded away and I was roadkill, easy for you while you speeded downhill. Something inside me imploded like a burning star. I built my life around you, my mistake to learn. Found myself on the floor when I saw you had no concern. Now I'm beginning to heal, found a yang to my yin. I'd have to be crazy to let you back in. I built my life around you, my mistake to learn. You left me alone, but I survived. Your poison is leaving my system. Now you're wanting some connection, asking for some deep attention is all to me now. Get out of my spotlight and take your last bow. Just leave me alone so my heart can sing again.
Και εδώ φτάσαμε στο τέλος της εκπομπής μας για σήμερα. Θα παραδώσω τις σκητάλες στο Βασίλη Παναγί. Ελπίζω να απολαύσετε την κουβεντούλα μας με τη Llio Millward. Θα κάνω προσπάθειες. Από μένα λοιπόν σας εύχομαι καλή συνέχεια. Καλό μεσημέρι, καλό απόγευμα. Σας στέλνω την αγάπη μου, τα φιλιά μου και μια τεράστια αγκαλιά με πολύ πολύ θετική ενέργεια.
On FM, on digital radio, on your mobile and online. This is London Greek Radio.